Jorge Hernandez with the low blow and Southwest Fight News. It's been a while.
Been a while. Too long, man.
Yeah, have you been?
Good, blessed.
Yeah. So here we are, about a week and a half from fight day. This camp seems a little more different. It's almost a put your tie and suit on kind of feel. Do you feel that way?
It's been strictly business, if that's what you mean. It definitely has been a business matter, and we're just keeping it real 100.
Yeah. And why do you feel that is? I mean, is it just because of the experience that you have going into this?
I guess it could be. I mean, this is my 34th camp. Mm-hmm. You know, when you do something a lot, I mean, not saying we're in a routine, but it comes routine. We have to break the monotony, but you know, we've gotten into a good what's the word I'm looking for? We've gotten into a good rhythm with this camp.
Now, you just turned 32. I mean, I say that feeling I'm getting old as well because we're just a week apart. But do you feel, or do you ever feel, do you have the sense of feel that maybe this will be your last shot at a world title?
Physically, mentally, no. Politically, yes, if that makes sense. I feel like, you know, there's a lot of guys I could beat out there, including this man in front of me. And but politically, I don't know if they're gonna allow me another shot. You know, if I don't come out on top on this one.
How important is it that you do come out on top?
It's the utmost important. You know, whether or not my career depends on it, I put my career on it. You know what I mean? In my mind, everything lives or dies with this shot.
How frustrating has it been? I mean, it's been a while since you last fought Jamal Charlo. To be active, what is it, more than 15 months that this has been going on? Just the inactivity, I should say.
You can see it on my face. It's very frustrating.
Yeah.
There was no good reason for the long layoff. God has his own plans, you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily know what it is, and nor do I agree or need to agree with it. I just got to follow suit. So this was his plan, to have me laid off for this long, but he blessed me with a title shot, so I'm going to take full advantage of this opportunity.
Right. You talk about, you know, God higher being. You, over the past 2 years, you've, you know, gone on a personal spiritual mission of converting to Judaism. How much do you feel that's helped going through that while you're going through kind of these troubles and tribulations in your professional career?
Well, you know, the spiritual, that thing is carried over the mental for sure. And it's going to help me in my physical. For example, you know, being off for 15 months for no good reason, you know, mentally it hurt. Like, I was in a sense of depression, and I ain't never been depressed, you know what I mean, ever. So whenever, you know, I started showing signs of depression, my wife is like, "Are you depressed?" I'm like, "Get out of here, me." Too happy for that, but nah, you know, take a deeper look, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. Like, my career wasn't where it was supposed to be, and but that spiritual did help me elevate to understand that, one, patience is a virtue.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned this when you were in Albuquerque about a week ago, that you've been in the gym. I mean, you've had no major injuries, so how important has that been to keep getting these work, especially with a lot of young up-and-coming fighters in your guys' gym right now?
That's why I have such confidence in my abilities still, even after the long layoff, because I didn't lay off the gym. Right. You know, thank the Most High that he made me slightly vain, that I didn't want to look fat. So I was, you know, in the gym at least trying to fight that. But it's, again, he's got a plan, and maybe because of the layoff I was slept on, and I got this opportunity. Who knows? You know what I mean? If I was active, maybe I wouldn't have gotten a title shot so quickly. Yeah.
Now this youngster Jarrett Hurd, it's almost in the position that you were kind of in, except he's a champion, and I guess you were the champion as well when you fought Miguel Cotto. I mean, do you see a parallel between where he's at in his career, where Cotto was, and vice versa with you?
I look at it like that, except, you know, he had way more TV appearances than I did coming into the fight. People know who Hurd is. Of course, they knew who I am too, but they never called me and Cotto's fight a 50-50 match. You know, they were like, "Who? Oh yeah, he's gonna get ran over." So there are a lot of similarities, but it's not the same story.
Obviously, he's a young, talented fighter. I mean, what do you see in him? What is your assessment of his style, and you know what he's done to get here?
He's rough and tough, man. He's no walk in the park. I feel skill-wise I have more skill, but he's a big, strong guy, and he brings it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he's undefeated, and he's a champion for a reason.
Yeah. Now that car is on October 14th, as we mentioned, on Showtime. It's loaded with, you know, a couple of 2, 3, 4 fighters that you might even face in the future. How much attention are you paying attention to that co-main event and main event that's taking place right after you guys?
Well, seeing that on first, I'm gonna pay close attention. But right now, I could care less about anybody else on this card but Jarrett Hurd. My focus is strictly on Hurd because we don't get past that man, then none of that's gonna be possible. But you know, after I beat Hurd, you know, I will be glued to the next 2 fights that come up after mine.
Now, the IBF title has a sense of tradition here in the state of New Mexico. Johnny Tapia and Danny Romero both, you know, actually won the title, and then they faced off for it. How important would it be for you to have that gold and red belt?
To hold the same belt that Tapia and Romero had, and to go kind of down in history in the IBF as another New Mexico champion is of the utmost importance. You know, I'm really trying to fill those guys' shoes. And, you know, I got 4 more titles to get before I catch Johnny. and you know, and Danny, he made a legacy for himself.
Right.
As a matter of fact, I believe his robe and trunks is in Canastota, New York, in the Hall of Fame. So it's just part of my plan, and to be part of a legend like Johnny and Danny.
Yeah.
And Bob Foster, you know what I mean?
No, of course.
It's my guys.
And as we usually do, you know, I usually let you talk to your people, so go ahead.
Tune in, Showtime, October 14th. You're going to hear and new world champion. New Mexico, don't sleep, because we're about to be waking up and we're about to go on a nice ride around the world, man. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter, at No Doubt Trout, Instagram, across the board. Yeah. Right now, I'm not even messing with Facebook. It's a little bit too negative, but you can follow me on Facebook, and I will post some good stuff up there. I appreciate all the love and help. My people are organic. Like, fans that I have, it's not made by a machine. I never had a push. So y'all that been rocking with me, y'all do it out of the genuine love, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
You heard him. Catch him October 14th. Austin, No Doubt Trout.